Hey everybody, Kyle here with more Duelist, of course. So I want to apologize for not having a video out yesterday. I believe is the day that I missed. I might have even missed 2 days, to be honest. I was at a weekend birthday party where I stayed the night and stuff like that, and wasn't able to make a video. Sorry, I had to yawn there. So I just cut it out. So there's a weird jump in my voice. But tonight's video is going to be kinda maybe for some people. I just want to give my opinion real fast. A lot of people have been saying that, and by a lot of people, I'm talking about like the people on Discord and on the forums and stuff like that. A lot of people are saying that Magmar is like really weak. I personally feel like Abyssian is a little weak. Out of all the factions, I think Abyssian needs the most attention in terms of getting it more viable again. Because pardon me, in the lower ranks, the Shadow Creep deck is really popular. In the higher ranks, people try to play the Burn deck, but they're so slow / unreliable that I definitely think Abyssian needs some help. But Magmar, I think, is fine. If we go to like Magmar cards real fast. Oh, my mouse, there it is. So the main thing I think about too is like, so Keeper is one of the really powerful cards out there right now. But the thing with Keeper is how in this game like reincarnation works is it's not like a traditional card game where you have physical cards, right? Like, say you're playing Magic and somebody casts a spell that turns my 5/5 demon with flying into a 2/2 sheep, right? Just for example. And it's a token. It's like a little sheep token. And then that sheep dies, I would put my 5/5 demon with flying into my graveyard. And then later, if I cast a creature like Keeper of the Veil, and got a random creature from my graveyard back on the battlefield, I could get back that 5/5 demon with flying. But how Duelist works is whatever your creature died as, that's what it is. So if you have a Spirit Harvester and it gets turned into a 1/1 Magma with Metamorphosis, for example. I have two mouses next to me, I keep grabbing the wrong one. So like, say you use this, right? Your Spirit Harvester becomes a 1/1 Magma, and then it dies as a 1/1 Magma. That's it. If you played Keeper, and the only thing you lost is Spirit Harvester, you would get nothing. Unless a second Spirit Harvester dies, you won't get that Spirit Harvester back. And same thing with like Egg Morph. Same thing with the thing that turns them into Pandos. Etc. etc. So the fact that Keeper can't bring back really high value things, since you're using Egg Morph Metamorphosis usually to remove a lot of their stuff, and the Egg Morphs especially for the really big threats, their Keepers are going to be getting back like minimum effectiveness. Also at the moment, the meta is like pretty fast. You know, people are running a lot of 2-drops. 2-drops aren't super durable. And we have in Magmar Spirit Harvester, which is basically a free Tempest when you think about it. On top of having a 5/5 on the battlefield, it's not too hard, especially if you watch like matches, like that I put on the channel and stuff like that, and you see. Like, it's not, Spirit Harvester doesn't whiff too often. And Mechantor War Beast, again, it is basically, since you usually can hit the general or something with 2 attack and then kill the stuff around it, basically think of this card as 6 mana, deal 4 damage to all minions in an area, and get a 4/2. That's usually what this ends up being, and that's amazing. It's a really good removal spell, plus it gives you a minion on the battlefield that they have to deal with. Vindicators, the ability to give anything rush. It's so ridiculous when you can play Vindicator and then either Flash Incarnate or just on 9 mana flat play a Spellbinder. You know, it's a 7/9 with Rush at that point. And even if you have to flash it out, it's a 7/7. So that's still not bad. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is because Vindicator and Flash, of course, are Archon cards. Magmar also, though it's a 3-card combo, you can't argue with how good it is. We have like the best board wipe combo in the game. If you Metamorphosis and make everything 1/1 Magmas that again lose all their abilities, then you cast Flash Incarnate, and then with your last bit of mana you cast a Spirit Harvester. That makes you can do that with 8 mana. So starting as soon as you get 8 mana, or if there's still a mana crystal mid game somehow, that does happen sometimes, or a mana orb, I don't really know what they're called. You can come back from a really bad board state. If the meta gets slower again, I mean, Silthar Elder, amazing card. Some people have been doing a lot of stuff with Twin Fang recently. I've been seeing. Magmar, we have a 24 damage combo with the Elucidator deck. I believe it's an Elucidator, and then you hit it with Fractal Replication. But there's also like another spell you cast on it. Oh, Amplification. So it's like you flash out an Elucidator, you amplify it as many times as possible, and then you fractal it. Is the combo. But it's generally considered to be like a 24 damage combo. So that's pretty ridiculous. I definitely think that Magmar is sitting really good. And like Jaxi, right, is a neutral minion. So not only do we have a Jaxi, not only do we have Jaxis in our deck which die and leave us minions, but we have young Silthars, which you definitely want in your 2-drop because it has the ability to, basically they have to run 2 things into it to kill it. Early game, I'm saying, like they have to run like 2 Mystics or a Mystic and a Primus Fist or something, assuming the Mystic did get the buff. But you get what I'm trying to say. It takes like 2 low drops, usually like a Mystic and a Jaxi, or something in the General, to pop it and make it into an egg, and then they have to dedicate another thing to killing the egg. So just like any other 2-drop, sure, it'll die to a 2-for-1 attack, but it basically gets to deal 4 damage and effectively heal something 2 HP by absorbing however much extra damage that they spend to kill the egg. It's very solid. There's a lot of cool strategies I've been seeing lately with the Kujata, since it does 1 damage to your minions. So you run this, you run Amplifications, and you run the Twin Fang, since every time your minions take damage with Flash Incarnates, you're just constantly, things are taking damage. Very effective. It's bad against Vitruvian, but lately I haven't seen a lot of Vitruvian on the ladder, personally. I think it's great. Eggmorph, yeah, worst case scenario, it's a 4-mana Silence, but, a 4-mana, like, D-spell, because if someone, like, Third Wishes something, and then you Eggmorph it, then when it hatches, it's back to normal. There's also some rare situations where you can use the egg on something. I don't have the replay to show you the example of it, but I one time, just as an emergency, threw Eggmorph on my own Spirit Harvester to make it into an egg, because I only had 1 health left, and most of the things I had on the battlefield were pretty low on HP from being hit by the opponent and the Spirit Harvester. I think I had a Spellbinder and Keeper or something like that. And so by egging the Spirit Harvester, it saved my other 2 minions from dying, forcing my opponent to deal with them, and the Spirit Harvester is far away. And then when the Spirit Harvester hatched, it was a fresh 5/5 Spirit Harvester. So that's a super rare scenario, but Eggmorph is a really versatile spell. I think it's fantastic. And even if you're playing budget decks, Primordial Gazer is very, very strong. The Grow cards usually can get a lot of value depending on when you play them. Adamantite Claws is super good. There's a lot of really solid stuff here. This is only a rare, so you can get it in there real quick. Greater Fortitude. I think this is an amazing value. Directed Frenzy. There are a lot of solid cards. The main thing is people say there isn't anything unfair. I think Magmar definitely has things that are unfair, just like the other classes. They're just harder to use. That's my opinion, at least. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. What's your opinion on Magmar? What's, how they fit in the meta? How you feel about the meta at all? Again, sorry for such like a little lame short video, but I just wanted to kind of get this out there, and I'm still like recovering from birthday party. And I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.